Welcome folks to another Trade Picks catch-up video. This one for Friday, January 9th, 2026. And yes, we're in the desert cleaners. We got cleaned out, $160 down on Friday. After saying that it was going to be a bad day for everybody to be careful, it sure turned out to be that way. A lot of traders, YouTubers I saw lost money. And that's part of day trading. And it comes with the territory. And if you don't want to lose that much more money, if you want to be more prepared, seek out financial professional advice and make sure you train on the simulator and that you practice lengthy periods of trading. So make sure you also have a strategy. Stick to your strategy, make it a checklist, go through it every morning before you take any trades at all, and deal with the fact that the human emotions of a day trader are the most difficult ones to control. And so you have to have a mental mindset that is ready to go early in the morning. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe so we can continue to make more. They are time consuming to make. So here we start out. Obviously, we were in the red all day. Well, not all day, in the three trades. You notice there we went down 119, 172, and we recovered a little bit down to 160. Here are the trades. The one gamble was LRHC. We went in for 1,000 shares, and it never materialized off the open. CETX, well, it is what it is, but and then MX was just minus $2. So three losing trades, all $53 average losers. We lost everything we made on the week plus then some, and now we're $90 in the hole for January. So the month is not starting out the way we want it to be. Mind you, the videos for Friday the 9th are sped up 500%. So we started watching LRHC from the very start, right around 6:30. And even before that, we didn't take any trades pre-market. We were being disciplined. But, and here, our discipline went over because obviously right off of the open would have been the place to take the trade. But since we have a rule that we wait at least 5 to 10, 15 minutes to see what the market's going to do, we didn't take that trade. So we could have had 5 cents there. Would have been nice on those 2,000 shares, and we wouldn't have lost so much. There were other stocks moving. OPAD was at 634 making noise, but we missed it. We were watching the other one. Here's LRHC again. You see the big downturn, and we didn't take it down at the bottom, right around 110, and it climbed up. We finally took it at 123, and we thought that it was going to go up to the 130 area up there, the upper band of the VWAP, and instead it took us down. And I said this was a gamble shot because all morning it had been consolidating. And what it did at the open was just more consolidation, except with a bigger channel. But and we didn't time it correctly. And so if you don't time it, well, there it goes. We bought at the top and we sold at the bottom. There's nothing we can do. So while it continues to go down, again, the speed is 500% here, sped up to avoid. And we finally put a stop in, and it's a pretty generous one, almost at the bottom of that red candle there. And we thought there might be a recovery at least up to VWAP, which would have made it, within 3 pennies. But it was not meant to be. And I think Friday was a matter of catching the stocks at the right time. And if you didn't catch them, well, you blew it. So right here, I thought there might be an opportunity for it to go back up. I see a double, maybe a triple top. Certainly a sell up there at the high would have been nice. It would have gotten us out with a little better 118, 119 with only a 5 cent loss. But we were in it, and we had to stick with it. I don't suggest you stick with trades like this, especially since we had data. All of pre-market we were watching this, and in pre-market it was consolidating up and down, up and down, up and down. So there's no reason to think that it's not exactly it's exactly what it's going to do in the open market, and sure enough, and especially on a Friday. So finally we get out. We start watching CETX, this one too, and you notice there it's headed towards the upper band of VWAP, and we buy there at the top. So 2 trades we bought at the top. And one thing I've noticed is that if you're going to buy around VWAP or below it to go up higher, and not at the upper band. At the upper band of the VWAP, this is what's going to happen. So we're down like 105 off of LRCH. And now we're holding here. We got a little bit of a profit. But of course, with $105 down, we're looking to maybe $25, $30. And I thought this pattern here might turn bullish. The little green bar squeezed in by 2 red bars. And so I continue to hold. And it's 7:21 now. We're almost an hour. And it does move up 14.15, and we didn't sell. And that was a huge mistake. We're looking for more out of CETX. And greed is a problem, right? You got $5, $6, $7, then you go up to 15, and then you're expecting 30, and then 30 is not enough. You want 40, and then pretty soon, oh well, I'm down 100. I expect 100. So the interesting thing is that I did start watching the market a little after 4 a.m. and I watched it for 2.5 hours, and I didn't take any trades. I was very disciplined. I said, no, I'm not going to be pressured, etc. And by the time the open came in, it's that FOMO. It's the interesting thing is, if you're not in a trade, if you're not, it's risky business. It's the euphoria of being in the trade, of being on the edge. It's nothing different than skydiving off a top of a cliff, or jumping out of an airplane, because you're looking for that euphoria that you're in the trade, and that the potential is there. And those human emotions are very difficult to control, no matter how disciplined you are. And I thought I had been disciplined all week, having green days, just to trounce on it and wind up in the desert cleaners. So you have to be willing to accept what happens. So then you notice I switched to AMIX earlier, and so I'm continuing to watch it, making a little bit of a noise. And I said, okay, well, with the cash I've got left, which is about $400, maybe I can get something there. And so I took 500 shares for 57 cents for the move up above BWAP. But here we're not looking to make $100, right? We're just looking to cut down the losses a little bit. We were down 172 at this point, so we're just looking for maybe a single green trade and get a little bit, because in the end it's turned into a recovery process now. So what I mentioned prior, we had 4 green days, we were up 121 on the week. Now we're 172 down. We wiped out the 121, and we're down in the month now as a result. And now all of next week is going to turn into a recovery process. We got to try to recover the 160 that we lost instead of just the 121 that we had made, and then try to get green on the day. And then and if the market is not conducive, we're not going to be able to make it. And today was not conducive at all. The important lessons to take is, if you watch Thursday video recap, I said it at the end of the video. Watch Friday. Be careful. It's going to be a bad day. I should have heeded my warning and not traded at all. I would have been perfectly happy with the $20 on the month green. But I couldn't sleep. Been having toothaches, and they kept me up. So I got up and sat here and gave me more pain, more than the toothache. Yeah, and this one was an interesting one as well. What I was looking at is for it to move up to VWAP, reject off of VWAP, and then if it's strong enough to hang in there and then climb back up again. I was still looking for 60, 61, 62 cents there. We had gotten in at 57, almost 58. So I was looking for 3 or 4 pennies. And again, there were other stocks that I couldn't trade. The foreign stocks I couldn't trade, so it's just a loss. But it's what it is. So what we have to look for is look for bullish days. And then when those bullish days come, take the opportunities, not be afraid, jump in, and try to get our money back. So here I thought it might be like a double top almost right above VWAP, but it looked like it was going there up to 60. So if you folks watching, thank you for watching. If you hit the like, and if you also had a red day, I sympathize with you. Maybe mine was a lot bigger than yours, so hopefully you manage risk. And we'll look towards next week. This is a catch-up video, and it's being done on Monday the 12th. So here we finally punched through. We're short of the 61 cents, but at this point, we're thinking that it may not go higher than that. It's pushing it, so we're gonna take a very tiny small win just to reduce the pain a little bit. And look at that, nice jump up, but by the time we got out, we weren't able, we were waiting more. Look at that, I had not seen that before. This is what I wanted to show you. Man. We could have gotten out like a $24 winner, and instead, look at that big red bar. I had not seen that happen to me while I was in a trade. I've seen it on the large cap stocks, but not here. Luckily, it did pick up, and we were able to get out with a win. But a bad day overall. So let's look forward to Monday. Gorilla out.